Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Amigos PC. These guys are loco. If you're looking for a responsible, mature podcast, this is not it. If you're looking for a lot of drinking, random nonsense, stunts, and shenanigans, you've hit the jackpot. It's Amigos PC with your host, Scott and Mark.
And we are live. Welcome to the Amigos PC. Our special guest, Kevin Johnson from the Ozarks, joins us today. Kevin, if you could introduce yourself.
Hey, guys. Kevin L. Johnson plays Sam on the hit Netflix show Ozark. And before COVID, you could also see me as your friendly neighborhood Uber driver.
Really?
So that's what I did as a side hustle. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you like? You got to tell us some stories. What's your best Uber story that you've had?
Oh wow.
There's got to be one. At least someone who like, sits up front right away. Or...
Oh yeah. Well, it's So I had different strategies. Like starting out, like I had to figure out what the good strategy was. So I tried like early in the morning and just turning my app on when I got in the car. And I ended up picking up this guy, and he wasn't feeling too hot when he got in the car.
No.
And I was like, oh no. And
was this before COVID or?
Oh, this is way before COVID. This was like early on in my Uber driving. And I was taking him to work, and I got to a stoplight. Well, first I dropped him off. He was like, "Hey, can you drop me off at CVS? I got to pick up, some Gatorade or something." I was like, "Yeah, sure, man, no problem." So, drop him off at CVS. Gets back in. We start driving, and we're getting to a stoplight, and he opens the door. As I'm coming to the stoplight, he's like, "Oh God, what's going on here? I don't know." And he puked outside. So that was
Did you charge him like the mandatory $250 or whatever it is for?
Yeah.
No, he didn't get it. He didn't get it in the car, so I didn't have to worry about it getting it, cleaned or anything like that. So that's one I'll always remember. Some people get in the front seat like right away, and it's just like this awkward. Or they'll
like, hey, buddy, let's go.
They're and some people will ask. They'll be like, "Hey, is it cool if I sit in the front seat?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, no problem." Because I don't have a problem. It's just interesting when people just decide to get in the front seat from the get go. Yeah. So plenty of stories.
Has anyone recognized you since the Ozark? Like, if you've been Ubering since, and has anything like that happened? Like, oh my God, you're saying like I know you from somewhere.
Yeah, that happens. It happened quite a bit. Sometimes it was like right away, like, oh my God, you're the dude from you're Sam from Ozark. Like I think one of the last 2-3 weeks of doing Ubering before all this stuff happened. I was picking up somebody at the airport, and him and his fiance or his friends, I can't remember who, but I was putting their luggage in my car, and he was like, "Hold up, are you Sam from Ozark?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I freaking knew that was your picture on the app."
That's
like, yeah.
Hilarious.
What are you Ubering for? And I was like, "Well, have you seen me in anything else lately?" Guys got to eat.
Yeah,
that almost seems like a good premise to a show.
Yeah, that is
like
a good
reality.
Show.
You should be pitching this to network.
Oh.
There you go. You should do that. Yeah, you're like, and then like incorporate them like into Ozark or something like that, where you like take them, you just start showing them houses.
Yeah,
like season 1, like you're a realtor again, and then you like go gamble with them or whatever from season 2.
Would we use Uber as an actual sponsor? Like, or would we have to make up like some kind of fake rideshare?
That could be something else. Like pick you up.
Like
Now,
cargo, or I don't know.
To a good question though. So when season 1 started and you were a realtor with your mother in the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you think that you would end up getting as far as you did with the series and where you're at now with this previous season? Because I feel like you're at a big character now.
Yeah.
Happen to be involved with the casino a lot. So
Yeah.
Did you feel like that was going to happen, or did they tell you ahead of time of the storyline, or like how does all that work?
I had no idea when I got the audition in season 1 how big the role was going to be. I mean, I'm not positive, but I think maybe he was going to be for like 2 or 3 episodes, and I knew that the show was going to be a big deal. I felt like this is going to be something that people are going to really, really enjoy. And I just hope to get to be a part of it as long as possible. And I got on set, and there was something about like whatever I was bringing to the table they were really, really digging, and I kind of felt it. And I was like, man, they might keep me around. I don't know. Like I had a good, I'm still friends with her. She was one of the writers for seasons 1 and 2. And Allison Feltz, and we were doing the scene from episode, I think it was episode 2, season 1, and it was like where I was showing her all the houses, early on, and Allison was there, sitting in one of the chairs, like what do you call the chairs in the cast chairs, like director chairs. She was sitting in one of those chairs. And she's like, "Hi, my name's Allison. I'm writing episode 7 right now. It's great to meet you. Got some good stuff coming up for you." I was like, "Oh, wow, that's awesome." And then to find out, like the arc that I was going to get, finding out I was going to have a love interest in season 2. I mean, it's just It's been a dream come true getting to play a character like Sam with an arc. It's still my biggest role to date, and I've just been super blessed and super excited for the ride. So
yeah, I mean, you do awesome for sure on the show. I mean,
thanks.
The whole show is amazing. So everything, like the writing and everything, and we both enjoy the hell out of it, obviously.
This last season, where essentially you're tanking to lose money in the casino.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, but
yeah,
you've done such a good job with it. I'm enjoying your character way more than I originally thought it would be. And I'm an actual realtor, so
okay,
relating to your character from season 1 already. But now, like you've done a really good job, to be honestly. So
thanks, man.
Mark's been looking for somebody to have him gamble
yeah, can you
away.
be my mentor?
He's looking for someone to gamble away some money for,
Is that what it is?
That's what you're looking for. You're looking for that scheme going on.
I have a casino that we just recently invested in.
Nice, yeah. Get to launder some money.
Yeah, it's on Indian land here. Since we're in Arizona, we don't have like boats or things. Well, I guess we could. We can do. Lake Pleasant or something like that.
Yeah.
If you need somebody to lose money for you, then Sam's your guy.
Sam's your guy.
So we'll have to call in Sam. How was the not interview, but the casting process to get into Ozarks?
I got it through my Southeast agent that I have. I have representation in LA now as well, but at the time, my main agent was ARA out of North Carolina. Mm-hmm. I got the breakdown. It said new show, Netflix, Ozark, executive producer Jason Bateman, starring Jason Bateman. Laura Linney hadn't been attached to it yet. And it said the breakdown for Sam was affable, loves his dog, has something about peanut. It said something about peanut butter. Local real estate agent in the Ozarks. Yeah. So it's very, I don't think they knew. Well, I found out working on season 2 that my character and Julia Garner's character, Ruth, are the ones that they were very surprised about. They didn't know what was going to happen with him. Now, obviously, her character's huge.
Yeah.
But just to think that I was one of the surprises means I did my job. I took my acting classes. I still do, work on my craft, and it pays.
That's awesome. Yeah. So how is it working with like Jason Bateman, like some of these big name guys? Like is it like, are they as cool? Like, I think Jason Bateman being like an amazing dude, or at least you hope, right? On the outside.
Yeah. Oh, Jason's awesome. I got to meet them at the table read. We had a table read in season 1. So I got the jitters kind of out of the way, getting to meet Jason and Laura. Because Laura, I mean, she's just a national treasure. And I remember I remember her from the Truman Show. That was my first Laura Linney experience. And yeah, just getting to meet her and get the jitters out of the way was cool. And Jason was he directed me in my first episode, because he directed in season 1 the first 2 episodes and the last 2 episodes. So it was really cool to see how he worked behind the camera and in front of the camera, and how he just, like, he was able to go back and forth really well. Great notes to give to actors, easy notes to understand. Just like, it really was like a master class getting to work with Jason and Laura for sure, and Julia. In season 2, we got to start working together, which was incredible to find out that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where you got paid basically to do the master class.
Yeah. I always tell myself, like when I'm on set, I'm like, man, I get paid to do this. This is pretty.
That's awesome.
Pretty amazing.
Now, out of the cast, like, is there a clique maybe that you hang out with? Like, is there something like when you're shooting or whatever? Like, do you like hang out with like Ruth or like Skyler? I mean, you might be too young.
It's kind of tough. I mean, we're all good friends. We keep in touch on social media and everything. But like, it's tough to get together like during the shooting, especially like Jason and Laura and Julia, who are working like 24/7 basically.
Yeah.
We were going to this past season try to get together for like a poker night.
On the boat.
Like Jessica Francis Dukes, who plays Agent Maya Miller.
Yeah.
Who's incredible. Can't wait to work with her if there's a season 4. Not official yet, but feel good about it. But she was wanting to set up like a poker night. And we were all like down to do that. Like Tom Pelfrey, who plays Ben, he was up for it. But we weren't able to make it happen because Tom had to go to LA pretty quickly afterwards to start working on David Fincher's new project, Mank, which will be out soon. Not sure when, but yeah.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you already kind of pre-dropped there that they're obviously in the works of season 3 or
4.
Wait, because we're on season 3 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Season 3 just ended. So, I mean, most shows, writers start writing that next season, until they are told, hey, we're not coming back. So,
yeah.
Like I said, it's not official yet. But I will say that I feel really good about the
good show. It can't. I mean, it can't not come back. You know what I mean? And the way it ended, like, it definitely left you wanting more. Like, oh, it's gonna be.
Yeah,
it was a great ending twist, right? So
yeah, I hope they let us come back for another ride. It's been a lot of fun. Keep it going.
Are you Do you guys then film on location too? Like, were you actually in the Ozarks in some of these scenes with things, or like, how does that process happen?
Yeah.
Oh, we film in Atlanta. I mean, yeah, like I think it's season 1 and maybe throughout the 3 seasons, they've had some establishing shots of the Ozarks because that's kind of hard to fake. But yeah, 99.9% of it is shot in Atlanta at Eagle Rock Studios near Atlanta. So we shoot a lot of the interior stuff at the studio. Like the casino was made at the studio. The inside of the bird's house is at the warehouse as well. Even the outside, like their backyard is at the studio.
The backyard, like of the main house, like where they're like Jason's at and stuff like
that.
Wow.
And then they also the Snell's place. So funny story. So season 1, they shot on location at the house that you see in the show.
Okay.
And then season 1 came out, and the people that own the house saw the show, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to have anything to do with that. We don't have poppy fields in the back of our house." So they had to recreate the Snell's
so they had
porch and everything. Yeah,
build a house or like make it just look like it was in a sense, like what the house looked like.
Yeah, and it's pretty.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, it's amazing like how they were able to do the bird's house. You know, like I couldn't tell. Like I hadn't worked. I think. Yeah, after when I came back for season 2 and I saw the bird's house inside the studio, I was like, "What the hell? That's crazy." But yeah, they're magicians with the way they come up and they're able to build those interior and even exterior sometimes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So essentially, you were going to the studio and then you would just drive home, then, right? Because you're in Atlanta.
Yeah. I was cast as a local hire, so yeah. Our studio is. I think if I hopped on the interstate right now, I could be there in like 30 minutes, maybe. Yeah, it's pretty close by.
That's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Now you brought up Uber earlier. Did you Uber any of the actors to the studio? No, that's a joke.
Yeah. Did you click it on? Like you click your app on, but when you're about to leave, and they're like, "Oh, my ride's right here."
I thought about that. I was like, I mean, you know, because you got to have money coming in consistently. So while we were shooting season 3, if I wasn't working, you know, during the week, I would I'd get up and Uber in the morning, just so I had money coming in.
Get that money.
Yeah.
Sure. Very cool. So it did, you know, in our IMDb search, we did say that you were in the movie with Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much you did in that movie, but
did you see the movie?
I have seen the movie, but it was when it came out, which was a while ago.
You didn't see me in that movie. There's no way.
So it just says it on there that you were in there, and you really weren't in it.
Dude, that's the funny thing about like this business, man. Like, I'm credited in American Made, and I'm not in it.
Awesome.
I'm uncredited in Prisoners, which was one of my first movies with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's phenomenal. It is so underrated. And I have the last line in the movie, technically, unless you count the extra scene that they added, like the deleted scene at the end. But somehow, like, I found out, like, after we got done shooting Prisoners and it was on IMDb and it said uncredited, and I said, "Oh, I got to call the union and find out about this." So I called SAG and I said, "It says uncredited on the IMDb for Prisoners. So I just want to double check. Does that mean that I'm not in the movie?" And so I just assumed that I wasn't going to be in the movie. And then all of a sudden, like when it comes out, I hear people saying that they saw it early somehow, and like, hey man, we saw you in the movie. And I said, wait, what? Okay. So it's so bizarre how the business works when it comes to that. There's the movie The Fifth Wave with Chloe Grace Moretz about aliens that I did back in the day. Got cast in that as a principal, as like a day role. And then the role got cut, so they gave me another role. But they ended up like it was funny on the day because I get on set, I'm in like wardrobe and everything, and I knew this was a bad sign when it came for the movie for me for screen time. I'm with the director, and the director says, "Okay, just keep walking, and we'll tell you when to turn, and we'll tell you when to stop."
Okay.
And I kept walking, and I was like, "Oh, this ain't good." And he's like, "Okay, you can stop." And I turned around, and I was like, "Wow, that camera is way down there." And somehow I'm credited in that movie.
As a walk away,
figure.
That's funny.
Because it turned it into being. I think they felt bad about cutting the role, so they wanted me in the movie.
Give you something.
So they gave me a nice principal, technically background artist work. So
yeah, because you were saying that this was the fifth wave that you were talking about.
Yeah. What does it say on the IMDb? What does it say I'm credited as?
You were a sniper in the woods.
Yeah, there it is.
That's what it says.
A faraway sniper in the woods.
Yeah, you're just walking away.
You brought up how like crazy the business is or things like that, but from what it looks like though, I don't know if it's your agent or like you telling your agent how it seems like you are you're taking things that end up being fairly decent when it comes to like the reviews that they get or their scoring system.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most of the stuff is really high, like everything that you're in, which is awesome. Like you're on a good path, obviously. You probably, know that or hope that.
I feel good about it. Yeah. I mean, once we get back to work here, I feel good about the way things are going after 3 seasons. Ozark gets bigger each season. So I think producers, casting directors see it. And I think, I think good things are on the horizon for me. Yeah.
How does the selection process happen? Does your agent just like shoot you a few premises or scripts, and then you're like, I like this or like that, or like how does all of that in the back scene? Obviously, we're pretty naive as to how.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm still what you would. I mean, I'm an up and coming actor still. Like I don't get like scripts don't come through and be like, hey, do you want to be a part of this project?
Yeah, do you get like
Spielberg would love to have you in this movie, and Christopher Nolan is dying for you to be in Tenet.
For like E.T.
Do you want to be in it?
Or something.
Yeah, you can be Elliot as an adult, I guess. There we go. We're writing scripts right now.
Yes, premise ideas.
Yeah, write it down. E.T. 2. Kevin Johnson as Elliot.
But yeah, I still get still the audition process. So if I get an audition, my manager will say, hey, take a look at this. Let us know if you want to audition for it, kind of thing.
Okay.
Very cool.
Like I had a really good audition. First time in like months, which is a good sign that, casting is starting, because I got to start casting for things a couple months in advance. So if we're going to start back up in, August, September, things should start coming again. And I got a really good audition. Can't say much about it, but I felt really good about it. It's based on a book. It's be a good series regular.
Is this one of your up and coming projects that you're talking about?
I'm not a part of this yet. I just auditioned for it.
Gotcha. So you're hoping for it.
Yeah. I mean, I did, before all this stuff happened, I was working on a big project, that I hope to be able to talk about
Is
soon.
it okay? So is it one of? So I'm going to read off some of the stuff that's on IMDb, and then you can, I guess, not nod or maybe not, or I don't know. So
No, it's not. No, it wouldn't be on IMDb.
It wouldn't be on here. Okay,
They would have a fit if I put it on IMDb.
Wait,
Yeah.
there was something about you were on The Walking Dead, or you're gonna be, or was? Yes or no?
I worked on The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead Beyond, the new one that's coming out.
Yeah, World Beyond.
The World Beyond. Yes. And shot that late last year, and then found out that I got cut from it. So, but
they give you the credit for it though, right?
Yeah,
So
it's still on there right now until the show comes out. But it's.
Sorry for the touchy subject. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's the Walking Dead universe is such a huge universe, and I love Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So that just puts me back in the pool to get to audition again, and who knows, maybe get an audition for an even bigger role.
Definitely, and that's an Atlanta thing.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, that kind of makes, unless they really.
The Walking Dead is Fear the Walking Dead is shot I think in Texas, as far as I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It does.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. I don't know. But yeah, so that's awesome. What else do we want to run into? So Prisoners does show you on here, but it does show unaccredited.
See, it still said I had to go through the union to get residuals for it, man. It took years to get residuals for it. But obviously you can't go back and put and fix the credits within the actual movie itself. Kind of difficult to do that.
You go back and then you put my name.
Yeah.
And then you need to put it back in the theater so it shows if it's at the very
So I can put it on social media like everybody does. Yeah.
I have family still waiting to. I told them they saw me, but they don't see my name. That's awesome. So what else is going on in your world? Like, as far as, I guess we can talk a little bit of, unfortunately on the COVID stuff. Like, how is it in Atlanta? Like, are you guys on lockdown legitly right now? Or is it more like you can still kind of do stuff?
Well, the governor did say that we could start opening back up and, like restaurants.
Very cool.
But I mean, I think Atlanta is being more cautious still because I don't see people wanting to go out to restaurants yet. I think it's just going to be a little difficult for that right now. But like Tyler Perry is wanting to get back up in, like July to start shooting again. So
I think he has a big studio there, right?
Yeah. I think the business, everybody's wanting to get back to work. You just got to make it safe. And the union is trying to make sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and, making sure that when we do get back on set, that it's safe for everybody. So we just gotta make sure that happens. I mean, I'm staying busy. Like, I get up in the morning and, I do CrossFit. So I do my own like CrossFit workout at home. 'Cause I got into it like almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
And that's kept me busy. Watching classic movies. I've been doing that. If people follow me on social media, they'll see like I'll put like classic movie tonight is I watched The China Syndrome with Jack Lemmon and Jane Fonda and Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
I saw Some Like It Hot. Never seen that before. All kinds of movies that I had never seen. I'm reading more, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Trying to stay busy, man.
Other than Ozarks, what have you been binging lately? Like, have you been watching anything besides your classic movies? Like, have you been watching like any series, like nonstop, anything?
Let's see what I finished. Oh man, I binge watched all of Bosch. That was awesome.
Bosch. What is it?
On Amazon? It's a detective it's a detective show.
Is that with not Kristen Stewart? No? Yes? No? I don't know.
No, it's Titus Welliver.
Okay.
He plays Harry Bosch. It's based on a bunch of like series of novels, I think. But yeah, that was a good show. I watched all 6 seasons of that because I just was so far behind and always said I was going to watch it, and just all the seasons kept racking up. So I was like, all right, well, this is the perfect time to watch it.
Sure.
What else?
Is there like a certain movie or like a TV show that like got you to want to be an actor? Like, what inspired you to pursue this career? Essentially, obviously beyond the fame and things like that.
Because based on what we read, like you were doing like IT, like not computer science stuff before you got into stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do that again because that's what I'm reading, and you started in that world.
Don't fact check.
Yeah. Don't fact check us. And then you transitioned into acting. So like I'm wondering what kind of pushed you into that world. Like you just, like what Mark said, like what led you down that road?
Yeah. So I graduated from Clemson University. I went in as a computer science major and realized that I didn't know nearly as much as I thought I knew I didn't know a ton. I was like, but I can learn this, right?
Yeah.
And if you gotta know a lot about math to be able to like program. And I like video games, and I still do. And I was like, oh yeah, I could make video games. That would be cool.
Yeah,
it's not easy to even come close to making video games. So I realized that wasn't going to work. So switched to an English major, minored in advertising, and then one of my first classes was it was English 101. And one of the big things that we had to do for the semester is go see the big play of the year, which was a funny thing happened on the way to the forum. And I had seen plays in high school before, but I mean, back in high school, like when you got to see a play during school time, it meant, oh sweet, we don't have to be in class.
Yeah.
So it was a little different experience. So getting to see a play, at college, was really cool. It was like it was the next level, and I was like, oh man, this looks like a lot of fun. So I signed up for acting classes the following semester. Got into some plays, and Burial at Thebes was the first play I was ever in. And it was a music. It was based on Greek mythology, and about Antigone and Creon. And it was a musical, but I had a part that wasn't music, like didn't have to sing. Okay. And I'll get to the funny story about that.
Yeah.
So there's a ramp that went into the like down the middle of the audience, which was really cool because I was a wrestling fan, still am. It's very nostalgic for me.
Nice.
So it felt like because I was bringing Antigone to Creon because she was in trouble, so she was being arrested. So I'm bringing her down the ramp, and it was like coming full circle, like watching wrestling, like watching The Rock or Stone Cold, go down the ramp.
Nice.
So that was really cool.
And throw popcorn at you and everything. It was awesome.
Glass breaks. And then he comes out.
Did you take a chair?
Did
you take a chair from someone from the audience? And just
I couldn't help but kind of swagger down the ramp as I'm bringing her as a prisoner.
Yeah,
because it just felt like it was so cool the way they created the bridge into the.
It was full circle.
Yeah, but and then the next play, the big play, the following year was a musical. Again, the musical was always the big play, and it was Urinetown, which is a parody of.
It's not actually urine. Town. It's like you're in town, right?
You're in town.
Okay, good.
Yes. No.
You're in town.
You're in town.
All right.
It's it's
Tell me more about this play.
so it's a parody of Les Mis. But it's, it's about people having to pee. Like if you didn't have the money, you could not pee.
Oh my God, I want to see that.
I was really wanting to be a part of it. But I was like, oh, it's a musical. I can't sing. So I checked out the soundtrack at the library, and I went into one of the rooms in the performing arts department. I was like, all right, well, let me see if maybe I can see if it's somewhat decent. And I started singing one of the songs, and I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound half bad. And then I had somebody, a friend of mine who is a really good singer. She came out of one of the rooms, and she's like, Kevin, was that you? I was like, yeah, did that sound good? It sounded good to me. And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh, wow, okay. Because I had like that raw, like that vibrato that I had no idea. Which is, but it kind of makes sense because my mom was a country music singer growing up. So I have a little, I guess that's where I'll put my musical talents in quotes. But so yeah, I got a call back for, I guess I got to the second round. I don't think they really called it callbacks in college, but to the next round. And I didn't get a role in it because there was dancing involved in the callback, and
that's where they got you.
I was not good at that. But yeah, that was.
But you figured out you had your singing voice.
That was where I found out that I could somewhat sing, and like if I do karaoke, my karaoke jam is "Friends in Low Places." So, and funny thing is, like during season 3, at our mid-season rap party, there was a karaoke machine, and none of them heard me sing yet. So I was like, I'm gonna get up there and sing some Garth Brooks and just and see what people think. And then I start singing "Friends in Low Places," and I'm like, blame it all on my roots. And Julia is like standing there, she's just got her mouth open, like what? We didn't know you could sing. And then like the next day, I was like in hair and makeup, and they were like, we didn't know you could sing. You got to let the producers know about that. They got to write that into the show.
Yeah.
So,
or you're going to be karaoke.
Yeah, you'll be at a bar, still losing at the casino.
At the casino. Yeah, you're going to be there, and then you're going to be singing it up after singing in jail.
The casino's going to have a karaoke bar now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they built the casino, I'm assuming at one of the studios in Atlanta, did it feel like you were actually in a casino?
Yeah. I mean, it's did it look real to you guys?
Absolutely. Yeah. Honestly, I thought we were on a boat on a river boat.
Yeah. You guys fooled us awesomely. Nice.
Yeah. Well, I think one of this where Marty and Wendy and Helen go to the casino to try to buy them out.
Yeah,
I think that was like on location because they did go to Savannah to shoot that stuff.
Okay.
So, but like the scenes that I'm in, that was like, yeah, that was at the warehouse, man. Like the guys built that.
Did you do anything to like draw inspiration on that? Because like you getting worried about the FBI agent, peeking their nose into what you're doing, losing that type of money. Like where did you draw inspiration to do that? Like it other than maybe go to a casino and actually lose money, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, I just tap into my fear. Like I think it's like I just have to tell myself, hey, we got to get this shot done. I'm not a big deal. I do not want to screw this up. So that kind of creates some of the fear that needs to be kind of running through Sam's veins anyways, constantly on edge kind of deal. So
it was such a good job though. Cause
you nailed, you were awesome, Sam.
Thanks, man. Did you guys see, So when I'm bringing the poker chips, like and I'm talking to Ruth and going to
when she was like catching on to you, kind of thing.
Well, yeah,
Or
she
was it before?
was. Well, Ruth was telling me like, "Hey, this is what you got to do. Make sure you're having fun."
Yeah.
And when we were shooting it, the chips were making so much noise because I had them against my because you got to try different things out and see if it works. So I was holding them like on the side, like normal, like people would do. And they were like, they're rattling too much. You got, let's put them like in front of you. And then they were still rattling because I had them too close, like against my chest. Yeah. So they're like, hey, can you hold them out and put them at a tilt and when you walk so they don't rattle? So
the whole time you were doing that?
So it makes it, I think it works for the character. Like it makes it even more awkward with him carrying it because he's got him out like this. And he's just,
he's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing this because I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I know that you had the one girlfriend kind of in the show with losing the money. Like, how did they approach you with that? Because it seems like with the girlfriend part, it's a little unknown as to like where was she supposed to be like someone you met at the casino, or like how did that play a part in the show?
Oh no, she was in season 2. Remember? She was a stripper.
That's what helped him. I think get over your mom or get away from your mom.
Oh,
maybe it was something like that.
She was working at the strip club, and I met her.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh, I didn't even
That's
connect
when
the
Ruth
dots.
was there.
Yeah, I didn't even connect the dots. I'm like, oh well,
Jade from season 2. Yeah.
Yep.
We had to. There was some stuff that got cut from season 2 because it was just a little too lighthearted. So some of our relationship got cut from season 2.
Okay.
Like I proposed in season 2, and we found out that got cut. And we were both pretty devastated because she's an actor in Atlanta too, Melissa Saint Amand. And
so you guys are not getting married then? Real life.
Sam was so obligated to marry her. Did you marry her?
Yeah, to get into character.
Yeah, in place.
Yeah,
inspiration.
But so we shot. In season 2, when I get hit by when Cade comes in and knocks me out with the gun in the strip club.
Yeah.
So there was a scene after that.
I'm connecting all the dots.
There you
now,
go. Yeah, we're reliving the season 2.
So the scene that got cut was I show back up later on and in that episode. And I have I have a bandage on because I just got out from the hospital, and she's coming off the stage, and she puts on a robe, and I come up to her and I propose to her in the strip club. So we shot. That was how we did it the first time, and it was really it was. I think it would have been great. I think the casino thing worked better, so I'm glad that they held off on it. But it was funny when we shot season 2, the proposal, because the music is supposed to be blaring, so I'm supposed to be yelling so she can hear me. But when you're doing the scene, you can't have music going, so you literally have to be talking like you're yelling, and it's just so awkward.
It's gotta be.
It's like it was so funny.
So, walk us through a normal scene. How many people are in front of you when you're doing your normal thing? Is there 10, 15 people in front of you when you're walking through a scene, or how many people? Just give an idea from the normal world.
You know
what I mean? To me, when I'm watching scenes, some things are really they're doing that in front of 15 people to the side or whatever. That's what I'm thinking in my head. You know what I mean? There's camera guys, there's people directors, and there's people watching.
Yeah, there's.
Imagine doing that. I can't even think of that.
Well, a lot of people. So we block the scene. We rehearse the scene, and then the crew comes in, and they see the blocking, and then they see where where our like what we're doing, and then wherever we stop, and they'll put the tape on the ground. Like there'll be somebody that does that to mark it.
Spot. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you'll have sound, but a lot of it, I mean, when we're shooting, they kind of, they go back to near Video Village a lot of times. But you got cinematographer, you got DP. I'm sure I'm missing some of these lingo here, but
yeah, no, you're good.
You got the boom guys. You got, but yeah, I mean, you just kind of get used to it. It's it's there, and you're aware that it's there, and you just
It's probably like a block. You probably end up over time just blocking that stuff out, like not even realizing. That comes second nature, I would imagine. Over time. Yeah. Very cool.
So one question I had was, how do you personally relate to your character in Ozarks?
Good question.
Wow.
So you're a realtor?
Bingo. No. Let's see.
That's another side hustle. You can do that.
I always say that Sam is me to like the nth degree kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, I have I'm kind of I'm not as innocent as I used to be, but like some of my friends be like, "Oh, Kevin, he's such a puppy dog." Like, so I can easily tap into that naivete. And just the fact that this is like my first huge job, and just, and still being very humble, and that kind of seeping into the role, the genuineness, the naivete, all that is easy to tap into for me. But it's really cool to get to see like the other side of Sam. Like, still one of my favorite scenes is from season 1, where I go confront Wendy and Marty about getting my money back.
Yeah.
That was one of my still one of my best scenes. A lot of people love that scene, and it's like, I remember when we did the scene, and I was like, I just give me my fucking money. Like, that was a line. But part of, like, I was talking to Laura and Jason, so I ended up, there was a please at the end. Like, that wasn't in the script. So it was like, just give me my fucking money, please.
Because you're looking at them, and they're like,
they
are. Like, you feel like you have to say please.
And I thought it worked perfectly for Sam to, be like, he wants to stand up to him, but he's also, there's still part of him that's, he doesn't feel like he's getting that respect. So
do they let you do that often with like the script? Like, if there's, you're playing a role out in it, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what, this word would work.
Yeah. Is there any, what do they call it? Like not free. I'm going to say free balling, but that's not really what it's called. Like, improvise. There we go.
Yeah, improvising or paraphrasing.
Kind of what we're doing here.
No, we had this whole plan.
I mean, the writing is so good. I don't improvise. I mean, sometimes I'll add something here or there, and
like,
if it's of course. And if there's like a paraphrase, that's just because my memory is not great, and sometimes you forget to say "and" or "the" or like those small words. And they turn into other words. But the writing is so good, you don't have to improvise. But I mean, Jason, is open to that. So yeah,
I would assume like Arrested Development and things like that under his belt.
I mean, he's done so many things. So
it's a collaborative experience for sure.
I don't know if this is Jason's first directorial situation, but it might be.
No, he's
done other stuff.
He's done some movies. He did the movie Bad Words.
Too.
the White Fang, I think is what it was
I think I've seen
called. I think that was what it was called.
You're the movie guy here, so.
But I've seen Bad Words. That was a good movie. He was in it.
Yeah, and then he directed some of The Outsider on HBO that he executive produced. So yeah, he's done some directing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess where I was going with that was, I guess if this Ozark was his only one, like can you tell, like he's when I watch his episodes, it's like they're awesome. I'm stumbling through words, obviously.
All eyes are on you, dude.
Yeah, I know. Do you think that like he's obviously doing a good director role when he's in the, like, he's obviously directing and acting, able to obviously hone that all in, and like that seems like that's a lot. You know what I mean? To direct and act at the same time. Like it seems like he's able to maintain, because the show's so awesome. So
oh yeah,
here's like how that all like plays into all like his hands into the pot, I guess you can say.
You guys are doing a scene,
yeah,
and he messes up or something, or someone messes up somewhere.
Yeah, like
in the middle of, he's like, cut.
Like, is it like the assistant director probably is like watching while he's in there doing that kind of thing? Is that what it would probably take place?
Yeah, and then like after you know, they do the scene and they cut, he'll go back to Video Village or behind the camera on set and look at the playback,
watch it, yeah,
and then he'll direct from that, and he'll it's tough, man. It's
that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot
great
to, like,
at it.
Like juggle all that. Like, you're basically directing and you're acting into it. Like, that'd be like a lot.
Yeah.
The plan, Jason wanted to, which is why he was really excited about the project, because he wanted to direct. He wanted to originally direct all 10 episodes in the first season.
Oh wow!
But he realized that was going to be really, really difficult. So he did the first 2 and the last 2. Yeah, he's great. He's a man of many hats.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell, like, it's a lot of the episodes are, I mean, not that I can point out like which ones were his, obviously, but I can tell, like, well, obviously seeing the credits, I'll see his name, like, oh, director, wow, like he was doing that, producer, and he's in it. Like, it's like
the opening scene in the first season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With the cartel.
Yeah.
The Mexican cartel guy.
Yeah. So it's like crazy.
As we wind down a little bit here, do you have a tip or maybe like a piece of advice, as you stated earlier, up and coming star, someone that's new into acting? Do you have any, like, a pointer, a tip, or maybe just some advice for them as they start their career?
Yeah, I would say work at your craft. It's good to do networking. So anytime you have that, anytime you get the chance to network, definitely do that.
Like Uber.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice.
Take classes. Get headshots done. Start looking at agencies. I mean, this is, not in any specific order, but and then when you get an audition, I always remember what Bryan Cranston says. He says when you go in for an audition, you're not going in to get a job. Going in is the job. So, and that helps you mentally
I like
get
that.
out of your head. So when you
The job is showing up.
Yeah, the job is showing up, and then it's hard, but you got to let it go afterwards. I mean, I still struggle with it myself, and I'm sure a lot of actors still do. But as long as you're, if you're aware that you're thinking about it, at least that's something. But the best you can do is when you get an audition, and whether it's in person or like it is probably for a while now on tape, you just gotta let it go and see what happens. And you're just giving them an option, and just give them your best option, and you just see what happens. That's all you can do.
Hope for the best, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Where can we find you on, like, social media and things like that?
On Twitter, you can find me at Kevin_L_Johnson. And then Instagram, I'm still trying to get verified on Instagram. But it's
oh my God.
it's so difficult on Instagram to get verified.
Tell him, please.
Yeah.
I want to be verified, please.
Give me my fucking verification,
Yeah.
please. But on Instagram, you can find me at the Kevin L. Johnson.
Nice.
Awesome. What? So I know you mentioned, or I don't know if did we touch on it, but the upcoming project that you did talk about that?
Bring it up again though.
Yeah. So what upcoming product that you are working on, or that you can somewhat not talk about?
Oh yeah,
that one.
So I was working on something pretty big before everything happened. So I got to go back. We haven't finished filming, so once everything's back up and running, I got to go back and finish filming, and then that should be out sometime next year, hopefully.
So it already started filming, right? That's what you're saying.
And then COVID hit.
COVID hit.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's what platform it's on, or you don't even know yet?
I can't say.
You can't say.
I can't say.
So
that would give it away.
Yeah, no worries.
So make sure you guys follow Kevin L. Johnson on all the social medias for all his upcoming projects that are coming out. Make sure that you guys, if this is your first episode catching us, like, subscribe, leave a review.
Let us know.
Yeah, tell us how good or bad we did interviewing Kevin Johnson.
He's right here.
I know.
You did phenomenal, guys.
No, thank you.
I love these kind of interviews. This is great. This is like kind of shooting the shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what we shoot for. Shooting shit.
Yep. All right, Amigos out.
Oh, is that our new thing?
Yeah, it's a new thing.
Amigos out.
It's not even new.
This has been the Amigos PC. Make sure to like, subscribe, and review us on all your podcasting platforms. Visit us at AmigosPC.net for our entire library of content and Amigos merch. Till next time, adios.